Okay, so this is rationalizing when we have two terms in the denominator, and this is very similar to when we have I, how we need to multiply by the conjugate to get rid of I. We would need to multiply by the conjugate to get rid of the root here. So conjugate just means we multiply by the same thing that's in the denominator, but we flip the sign. Okay, so up top I can distribute 2 into that expression to get 6 minus 2 root 2. On the bottom, I would have to do FOIL. So 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times root 2 is negative root 2 is minus 3 root 2. Then plus 3 root 2. And then that would be minus square root of 2 times square root of 2. Okay, so the reason why we multiply by the conjugate is to get this root to cancel. Okay, so on the top, we have 6 minus 2 root 2. On the bottom, this will become 9. Square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is equal to the square root of 2 times 2, which is the square root of 4. And the square root of 4 is 2. So this is pretty much 9 minus 2, which is 7. Okay, next one is a little bit more tricky because we have 2 and 2 terms. So just look to the bottom, multiply by the conjugate. So this would be 3 root 7. So this was subtracting. Conjugate is addition. 5 root 3. And we multiply by the same thing in the top and bottom. And we'll have to do FOIL for both. Okay, so I will end up with 3 root 3 times this 5 root 3. So I'm just going to write it out like this. And then this will become plus 3 root 3 times 3 root 7. This will be minus 2 root 7 times 5 root 3. And then minus 2 root 7 times 3 root 7. Oops, that's a 2. 7. On the bottom, I would have 5 root 3 times 5 root 3. And then plus 3 root 7 times 5 root 3. Minus 3 root 7 times 5 root 3. And then minus 3 root 7 times 3 root 7. Whew. Okay, so we have the same index here, so we can multiply the numbers in that index. So this will become 15 times the square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So this will become 15 times 3, which is 45. This will become 3 times 3 is 9. 7 times 3 is 21. So I would just leave it like that. This, again, would be minus 5 times 2 is 10, and we have the square root of 21. And then here, we would have minus 3 times 2 is 6. Square root of 49 is 7. So 6 times 7 is 42. On the bottom, these two are the same, and it's plus and minus, so these cancel. Okay, so here this becomes 25 times the square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3, so 25 times 3 is 75. Here we have minus 3 times 3 is 9 times the square root of 49. So 9 times 40 times 7 would be 63. Okay, so combining our like terms, I have 45 minus 42 is 3. These are like terms because I have the same index in radicand. So 9 minus 10 is just 1. So that. And then 75 minus 63 is 12. And that would be my final answer there.